This is the United States Steel Hour. Only steel can do so many jobs so well. And the United States Steel trademark, USS, stands for quality steel. Steel for industry. Steel for transportation. Steel for the farm. Steel for the home. Quality steel. United States Steel.
Hi, Doc.
Wow, wait till I tell the fellas. Really Sergeant. Sergeant Dover, that's what it is. Hey, you remember Lucky Dover? Yeah. Sergeant? Oh, the P.W. can't with him. They just flew him in from Korea. Okay. He just told me. Hey, you remember Lucky Dover? Sure. I just flew him. He just told me down there. Hey, Danny, bombshell. Guess who they just flew in from Korea? Dover.
Lucky Dover? My gosh, what kind of shape is he in? When I saw him last week in Freedom Village, he was...
Well, Danny, he's walking.
And after all they threw at him...
Yeah. Now, there was a brain they couldn't wash. Lucky Dover.
Lucky Dover.
I was with him in George Company, Major. We were out on patrol together, see, when the Chinese captured us.
Breathe deeply, Corporal.
With Lucky in command, we held out for 2 days.
Chest is clearing up fine, Corporal.
You know, the only reason they captured us finally...
You know,
was
I
because
don't really think you need that anymore, Freddie.
Dover, what a guy. I was with him for 2 years, Lieutenant, in P.W. Camp number 9. I tell you, there were times there I felt like saying, so long, kiddies, and with a tin can, a sharp hunk of rock, anything.
As you were, Corporal.
But then the day Lucky stood up to those commie slopes and turned their own brains inside out, I said to myself, Danny, you gotta live. You gotta live and see more like this. And then what they did to Lucky.
Relax. We got him back. All in one piece.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come.
Yes, Sergeant Dover?
Take a break, huh? Everything's hot.
I'll send for a wheelchair.
Lucky Dover.
Oh.
Hey, no wheelchair. Come in. You remember Lucky Dover?
Hey, Marty, what do you say?
How lucky baby.
Marty,
Oh, goodness. Are you from P.O.W?
Yes,
I'm from P.O.W.
I'm from P.O.W.
too. The old lucky baby. You must see you, Lucky.
Freddie Benton. In case I'm still infectious, see? See how you feeling? Lucky you're making it, huh?
Sure, it's me.
Good deal.
Danny!
Danny!
You guys here?
Alumni Association of P.W. Camp number 9, right?
Lucky, I hear they got you up for a Silver Star. Me? Yeah, extraordinary heroism in combat.
Oh, I heard it's for the P.W. camp.
It's latrine intelligence. Hey, look, how's the deal around here?
Oh, it shows me taksang. They let you sleep all day, and the chow.
I mean, what do they want from you? You know, what do they ask you?
Well, nothing. They just leave you alone.
He's leveling, Lucky. It's a little different from what you just left, huh?
Oh, it's the deal, Lucky.
You know,
Wait till they bring you all the...
All right, knock it off, man. That's enough for now.
You lucky baby.
Take it easy, Lucky. We'll see you later, huh?
Take it easy now.
Oh, he looks terrific. You never think he was...
Hey, Lucky, later on I got some new pictures of my kids I want to show you.
Oh, good deal, Marty.
I know, Sergeant. It's rough.
Yeah, rough.
SOP is to check you through the assembly line, but if you'd rather rest
No,
first...
it's all right. We'll rest later. Lay it on, Lieutenant. Lay it on.
25 pounds, Sergeant.
Well, cracked corn and millet isn't much of a diet, you know, Major.
Okay, put your shirt on. Wasting of the muscles. A generalized vitamin deficiency characterized by night blindness. Vestiges of beriberi and malaria.
Hey, Major. What about this here?
Oh, yes, a hangnail. Bite it off. Okay, miss. Take your shirt off.
Okay, let's go, Sergeant. Let's go, let's go.
Ward 17, Major Willis. When Sergeant Dover checks in, put him right to bed. Keep him there. Yes, we've got a problem there. Oh, you'll have him in about 20 minutes. He's stopping by on his way at Major Meade's office.
A head doctor, huh?
Oh, it's routine. Everybody goes through the NP, same as getting blood tests or being weighed, you know.
A guy likes to know.
Be with you in a moment.
I told you it ain't up here, it's down here in my guts. I don't go for this head work.
Take this X-ray, Ponzel. Let them take a look.
Yes. Sergeant Dover. Hey, Major, here's your meat.
Iron Man Bonzel.
What are you doing, Lucky? Bucking for a Section 8? Want to get a psycho discharge? Don't strain yourself, Sergeant.
Come in now, please.
Major, this is Sergeant Dover.
Hello, Sergeant.
Oh, Major.
Sit down. Cigarette? You know Sergeant Bonzel?
Mm-hmm.
Camp number 9, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, how were things, Sergeant? It's all right. They tell me you once nearly made Matsutung himself blow a gasket.
It's all right.
I've talked with a lot of other men from Camp number 9 who say...
What do they say?
that they came through only because of you.
The hero routine again, huh? Answer me something, Major.
Yes?
What kind of a hero lets himself get captured in the first place?
Well, Sergeant.
No, answer me that, Major. What kind of a hero gets captured?
Did you ever hear what they say? The old guard dies but never surrenders.
Well, it does, doesn't it?
I'll let you in on a secret, Sergeant. A lot of the old guard died of old age.
Yeah, but...
Answer me this, Sergeant. Your ammunition was all gone. What were you going to throw at them next? Your socks?
The P.W. camps.
Yes?
Most of the guys are great. There are a few hogs. You know what I mean by that? Hogs.
Sergeant, I've had 100 men through here from P.W. camp. No two alike. You see, each man feels the heat or the cold in his own way. Some can take a lot, some can take hardly anything at all.
I've seen that.
Well, the Army can't just say to a man, go ahead, be a traitor, be a coward. And what they do say is be the best man that's in you, and be a soldier. Well, that can often be a lot.
I've seen that, too. Damn it, why did they do something about that? Huh? It could be dangerous. Get infected.
Oh, certainly, Sergeant. About all that brainwashing that went on in the camp.
They were at us day and night. Over and over again. Be honest. Tell the truth.
The truth?
Be honest. Admit that America is collapsing. And that communism is the only hope of the world. Over and over again. That kind of monkey talk. 2 years I had of that.
The interview disclosed the usual sense of guilt over having been captured. Also, a marked dwelling on trivialities, such as a hangnail. But comprehension is good, and intellect appears otherwise unimpaired.
So I had 26 months of it.
Now, how did you keep occupied?
I made things. See, my old man was a carpenter, so I knew how.
Any sports?
Yeah, they let us build a basketball court. You want to see some? That's a referee's whistle. I made that out of a wooden spoon handle they gave me.
You made it?
Yeah, try it.
That's great.
You know, the best things of all were the gags we used to pull on.
Gag?
I remember one time about half a dozen of us got it. Oh, well, it's... You know, it's just gags.
Well, Sergeant, I guess it's time we let you get a little rest.
Oh, Major.
Yes?
About my girl. Betty Lou. She's my girl.
You don't care to be with her?
I don't think I even know how to be with a girl anymore.
Everybody worries about that.
I wouldn't even know what to say.
You'll be all right. Everybody is after a while.
Do I have to come back here?
Come back only if you want to. You know, if you feel like shooting the breeze sometime.
All right. Thanks a lot, Mason. I have to make a rhubarb about that.
I raise you 200. Yeah? Well, as a man that has coming to him from the U.S. defense budget, 21 months back pay, I raise you 200.
Hey, Dover. Hey, Dover.
Hey, knock it off, Iron Man. He's asleep.
Yeah. Yeah, sleep, my pretty. Passing the switchboard, I heard his folks were calling from Michigan.
Okay, you'll call him back. The guy's sleeping like a baby.
Yeah. Bonzella, if a guy was drowning, you'd throw him an anchor at his head.
Benton, for a guy that went progressive,
I never did.
You signed that peace petition for the colony, didn't you? Did you or didn't you?
I was coughing my lungs out.
Did you sign it or didn't you?
They wouldn't give me any of the
Did you sign?
Well, what do I do? Croak out or do something?
Drop dead, Iron Man.
He's got to lay off me. He's got to make me stop feeling like a rat.
Until we lay off.
Okay, I'm a rat.
Lucky, you got to tell him the truth. The truth, Lucky, so that they'll know the truth. Lucky. I've told you everything. What do you...
Yes, Mr. Dover? Well, just don't rush him. As the saying goes, act as though he'd just come back from the corner drugstore.
The boy's just waked. He's ready to talk.
Oh, hang on a moment, Mr. Dover. I'll transfer your call. Operator, switch this into Ward 17. Sergeant Dover, please.
Hello?
Johnny.
Hello, Dad.
Are you all right, son?
Sure. Couldn't be better. You know, great.
Well, son, everybody's waiting to say hello. Mother, your brother Ralph, and I'm going to turn you over to Mother.
Johnny?
Hi, Mom.
Oh, Johnny. 3 years since I've heard your voice. Talk, Johnny. Just talk.
How are you, Mom?
More, Johnny. Say more.
Oh, Mother.
Johnny, we're taking the first train. Betty Lou's coming too.
Betty Lou. Well, what's the rush?
Why, Johnny?
No, I mean, rushing Dad here like that with his heart and that long trip, Mom,
Johnny, don't you want us to come?
You know, and all the expense of that whole...
But, Johnny...
Look, Mom, I tell you what, they're going to give me a leave here in a couple of days and I'll come home. And you'll see so much of me, you'll be sick of me.
Yes, I can believe that. Well, if you'll say a word to Betty Lou?
No, Mom.
But, Johnny...
Look, somebody's here with medicine. Damn it.
A 30-day home leave for Sergeant Dover.
From all this, he's okay for it physically.
Well, I suppose they all have to face it sooner or later. Approved.
You maybe remember, folks, that the last time I had occasion to enter this house.
Sure, Mayor Blake. When my kid brother here booted a football right through your city hall window.
Ralph, why don't you run out and get us something more to drink?
Oh, yes, sure. Well, the circumstances are a little different tonight, eh, young man?
Sure are.
And fact is, much as I have tried to keep my feelings in control on this subject, I will have to rise and salute to this young man, of whom we are all so proud.
Oh, yes.
Very proud. That we are, Johnny, for everything you've done and been. And much as you may be opposed to public demonstrations and expressions of sentiment, as all true heroes are, I hope you won't take it amiss when I inform you that the Legion is planning a reception for you this Friday at the City Hall.
Well.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Homage to a hero. And we hope to express our sentiments with something more concrete than words. As, for instance, there has already been acquired a 54 convertible.
A car?
And also, bearing in mind the not-so-distant future, a modest 6-room house against the day when you and Mary Lou here.
Oh, but Mayor Blake, please.
Or, am I rushing the wedding bells prematurely? Oh, am I, Johnny?
I'm sorry, Mom. It's got something in here. It's for baseball.
Johnny, darling, you're overtired, overexcited.
Don't. Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Johnny, I know when he began talking about wedding bells.
No, Betty Lou, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Johnny, it's much better if you're honest about it now. After all those places you've been the last 3 years and all the things that you've done, I don't blame you in the least bit for not being interested in me anymore.
Please.
What am I? I'm just a small town sugar cookie. That's 60 words a minute on a typewriter. And the girls at Saturday night dances. And you.
Never mind me.
Well, over there, probably you met some.
Sure. I met some moose I fell head over heels in love with.
Moose?
That's Army lingo for girl. In Korea, a girl is a moose. I'm the only moose for years.
Oh, Johnny, I love you. I love you and I need you so much.
Betty Lou.
Every day that you're away, I die over and over and over again.
But Betty Lou.
Oh, Johnny, you know what I said? You know what I said? I said that if you didn't come back, I'd never marry. Not anybody.
Marry a guy like me.
Only you. We will marry. Oh, Johnny, what is it? You're so sad and full of secrets. Oh, Johnny, tell me the truth.
The truth. No.
night blindness. They said it would only last a couple of weeks.
No. My brothers.
We thought you wanted to be alone.
No. No. Never again. Never alone.
Johnny.
I'm sorry, Mayor Blake. There's not going to be any reception.
Johnny! Johnny!
I'll go back to my buddies. To the hospital. Right now.
Johnny!
And now, speaking for United States Steel, here is George Hicks.
My job on this new television program will be much the same as it's been on U.S. Steel's radio show for the past 8 years. To tell you the story of United States Steel, to give you an idea of what we look like, who we are, and what we do. Here is what we look like. We look like the mines of the Lake Superior region, for here is our greatest domestic source of iron ore. We look like the docks and ships of the lakes and seas, for here is how most raw materials are brought to our furnaces. We have the look of cranes and ore bridges, stockpiles of iron ore, limestone and coal, blast furnaces and open hearths. We are rivers of molten iron at temperatures of 2,800 degrees. We are a maze of machinery, gigantic, precise, and fast. That is what we look like. And this is who we are at United States Steel. The miners who dig the raw materials from the earth. The men who sail the ships which bring the ore from mine to mill. The men who feed the furnaces which refine that ore and make it into iron. And we are the men who guide the cranes and nurse the molten metal on its way to finished steel. We are the men who roll red-hot steel into beams for bridges and buildings. And we are women, too, working in offices and in the mills, here inspecting tin plate on a modern electrolytic tinning line. We are metallurgists, chemists, and engineers, constantly in search of ways to make new and better steels for today and tomorrow. And we are more than 250,000 stockholders whose invested savings buy the machinery, build the mills to make America's record-breaking steel production possible. This, then, is what we look like, who we are, and part of what we do. And the steel we make becomes the train you ride, the plane you fly, the ship you sail on. You farm with a steel tractor, drive a steel car. Steel is the strength of your bridges and buildings. Pipes of steel carry our nation's fuel. Springs of steel keep the nation's time. You cook with steel, live with it, work with it, spend hours of play with it. Always and at all times, in peace and for defense, a steady supply of steel helps keep America strong. For only steel can do so many jobs so well. That, too, is part of the story of steel, part of the story of the industrial family that serves the nation, United States Steel.
Hopelessness that he'll ever be able to make anybody else understand just what he went through. His own struggles, his own breaking point. Come in. Well, hello, Sergeant.
Hi, Doc. Major.
Doc's all right.
Doc, my head's all right. I just thought I'd come in and shoot the breeze, like you said. Well, that trip home showed me negative. They were all fine to me, but first time I was alone, I just went to pieces. I was yelling for Mama.
Well, lots of soldiers yell for their mothers. Even heroes. What was that you said about being alone?
Well, as a matter of fact, I never did care for that very much, being alone. I guess I'm what you might call a team man. Like in basketball, there's always 4 other guys with me. In football, 8. And I always liked that. That always felt good to me.
The P.W. camp?
Sure. Dozens of guys on my team. Hundreds. Always some of them dying. TB, dysentery, starvation. We had a cemetery up on the hill. Whenever the monkey talkers told us to thank that great leader, we had a song we used to sing. Hey, you all, don't be no fool. You wanna thank Mao Zedong
for sending you to school. You wanna thank Mao Zedong for all the things he done. Hey, you all, you know I will. I wanna thank Mao Zedong for all the boys on the hill.
The hill.
Yeah, the place he wanted to stay off so he could get home again alive. You know, wanting that could do terrible things to a guy. Like Freddie Benton, for instance. You know, the kid with TB, wears a mask all the time. Freddie was dying by inches there on the floor of the mud hut.
You gotta do something. Help me.
Sign the peace petition, comrade.
My lungs are busting to pieces. For God's sakes, please.
Very quick results, I'm told. Remarkable. Recovery.
Big deal. Pill for a petition. Thank Mao Zedong. I was lucky. The name suited. That was all.
To go back to the other thing about being alone.
I said that was all. I'm sorry, Doc. You just wouldn't understand, that's all.
Wouldn't I? I got word today that a classmate of mine died at P.W. camp number 5.
It's the officers' camp.
At P.W. camp, he came down with amoebic dysentery. Almost went out of his mind with it.
Doctor?
He knew what to prescribe for himself, about 50 cents worth of medicine.
And?
They said he'd have to go on the radio first, testify that our flyers had dropped germs. He's a man of science.
That old idiot.
He said no. Major Howard. What misery he died in. What misery and filth. You see, I do understand, Lucky. I do.
Doctor.
I keep thinking, suppose I had to go through the same thing.
You'd have made it, Doc, just like your friend.
How do I know? How does anyone know?
I don't know. That's what the guys used to ask themselves. Used to say, will I make it? The chips are down, will I make it? And pretty soon the day had come. Awful day. And they'd make it. Find something. God, they were wonderful. And then pretty soon the time would come again, and they'd say to themselves, how much have I got left? How much more? And they'd make it again. And again and again. Because that's what they were, Doc. I'm telling you, Doc, you would have made it. Oh, hiya, Freddie. How's it going?
Great, only I'm still sticking with this. I wouldn't want to infect anybody, would I?
That's right. Take it easy, kid.
Lucky. You don't hate me.
Hate you? Kid, I owe you the best 5 minutes of my life.
Hello, Corporal.
Major.
Yes?
Why can't we all be like him?
Because God made no two of us alike. All he expected is that we'd do the best with what we have.
Yeah, but he gave Lucky such a lot. Back at P.O.W. in the P.W. camp.
Yes, Corporal. Lucky says they never bothered him. He says all he had to do was stick with his carpentering.
Is that what he said? Catch him posing for statues. And I bet you never mentioned the time that...
Yes, Corporal? Go on. You want to help Dover, go on.
Well, there was one day that even Lucky couldn't get out of the monkey talk. He was marched along with the rest of us to an old Japanese temple where they used to hold the lectures. We'd say to ourselves, here it comes, same old poison over and over, and we had to swallow it.
Some of you, I fear, are not as happy as you might be, having this opportunity to learn the truth. Some of you...
Thank you, Comrade Mao Zedong. Thank you for sending us to school.
Oh, yeah, it's a big opportunity. I wouldn't miss it.
Yes, admirable enthusiasm. Now, this morning we're going to discuss the decay of American capitalism.
Great.
On the one hand, we can observe the increasing signs of economic depression, growing unemployment, sharpening destitution among the working classes, of which you are members.
Oh, you're so right. I mean, the way we're down to only 40 million cars in America.
You will kindly refrain.
For 150 million people. That's some squeeze.
Comrade Susan, refrain from interrupting. Now, as for the moral degeneration of the United States, as exhibited in the most hideous form by a campaign of germ warfare, by dropping murderous organisms on our peace-loving peoples of China and Korea.
That's a lie. I never seen any.
What? You refuse to accept the truth? A picture, it is said, speaks louder than 1,000 words. Here then, photos taken in our field immediately after the American flyers passed over them. Pass them around. See for yourselves. Irrefutable proof. Bugs. Typhoid bugs. Cholera bugs. Smallpox bugs.
Jitterbugs.
What?
Jitterbugs. They're the worst of all.
They come around.
They swing and sway. They hop over.
Comrades, come on, tell the truth. Tell us about your slave labor camp. Tell us how you starved and beat your own people. Tell us about your blood poison. Come on, tell us. Come on, you're talking to me about telling the truth.
That was Lucky. They trussed him up and threw him into the hole. Solitary confinement. It was just a big hole in the ground that used to be for storing vegetables in the winter. A grave for the living. It kept Lucky there for days. We'd stand there at night, just listening for some sound of it.
Hey, the guy's moaning.
Yeah, what are you trying to prove?
Only that he's moaning.
All right, then somebody's got to do something about it.
Yeah, what?
Who's got a roll of a cigarette? Got a long butt's worth. Good. Half of one over here. Any thin paper?
Yeah.
Here, Fitch. Roll it up into one good smoke. I'm taking it out for Lucky.
Hey, Freddie, that Chinese guard out
Look,
there.
Walter, I've been studying that guard. He gooks off every once in a while to romance down the other end with a Chinese
Look, if they
nurse.
catch it, it's a hole for you. It's curtains, maybe.
How much does a man have to do for somebody else? Doesn't a man have any rights for himself? Well, answer me that, somebody.
Walter, I gotta do something. Lucky. Lucky.
Freddie, you're crazy.
Such a beautiful night, I decided to take a walk.
Freddie, the guard. You smoke it. Freddie, smoke, I'm telling you, smoke! Got it! Will you go on back, please?
What's the matter? Ain't my brain good enough for you?
Hey, look out! Look out! Look out!
Meet the thumb over.
Hello there. Did he have to go out there? Did he have to?
Freddie.
Why didn't you ever tell me about that?
Why? Because the other thing was so much on my mind. Oh, I once signed their phony peace petition.
But don't you think you wiped that out? Put it one against the other.
You think so? I guess I wouldn't have infected even a baby.
But Lucky did moan out there in the hole.
Yeah. Only don't ever let Iron Man know. All the time Lucky was away, Bonzel took charge. By the time Lucky and I come back from the hole, Bonzel had a plan for a bug out. Escape. Guys were all steamed up. You see, the camp was on a peninsula surrounded by water.
Right, we sneak down to the boat land and we jump the guards first.
Still 10,000 miles from home.
You don't get out of this place, we'll never live to get home.
Yeah, meathead. In the hole, they kind of softened you up, didn't they? Maybe you figured on going progressive, huh? Make it with Stalin? Stand up for Mo?
Around here, says
I'm only asking you, Sergeant.
All I want to know is some more about the plan.
Turned out awful. Just awful. The Chinese noticed us huddling around Bonzel. They got wind of something. They called Iron Man in.
What are you planning? Mutiny? Sabotage? Confess! If you will confess, we will not punish you.
My serial number is RA-207-46231.
Who is with you in this plan?
I'm a first sergeant.
The truth!
Geneva Convention, Charlie. I don't tell you one more thing.
The truth!
My serial number is RA-207.
Iron Man is right. I'll say that for Bonzel. Next, they went to work on Lucky again. Back to the hole for him.
Again?
So we wouldn't have a leader, see? Some of the guys decided to try it anyhow. Awful. The Chinese knew our plans every step of the way. They caught us cold. Somebody must have told them. Shot Walter Fitch in the spine. They were ready to give the rest of us a workover.
Yes?
Next day, the truce negotiations started. Oh, merciful God. Doc.
Yes?
Can we call it a day?
Sure, Corporal.
Operator, get me Ward 17, extension 51. Sergeant Dover, please. Sergeant.
Is that an order, Major? All right, if you're that hard up for conversation.
Major Meade, Lucky?
Yeah.
What for?
Section 8. Anybody that needs it.
You know, someday I'm going to knock your teeth right down your throat.
Anytime, Sergeant. Lay it on.
Walter. Walter Fitch.
Lucky Dover.
So you made it after all, huh?
Made it? You think so?
Walter.
You.
Now, wait a minute, Walter.
Wait a minute, please. Walter, please, will you let me explain something to you, please, will you? Please, please, will you wait a minute, please? I can tell you why, Walter. I can tell you why. Will you listen to me? Will you please stop that? Please, Walter. I can't fight a cripple. Oh, I'm saying a cripple. I'm not that crippled.
Hey, Lucky, what's the matter? Walter, calm down. What's going on here?
Ask him. I'll kill him. I'll kill him.
All right, break it up, break it up.
I'll kill him.
Lucky. What is it?
Tried to kill me, Doc.
Yes, I saw.
Looks like he way to escape. Looks like cost him his legs.
A crippled man, Lucky, hysterical and overwrought.
He's right, Doc. I did it. It was me. It was me.
We have some new friends we want you to meet. They're Mary Kay. Let's look in on them.
I can't see it. I just can't see it.
You can't see what, Mary Kay? Well, what are you talking about?
Oh, this ad. And it's your ad, by the way.
My ad? What do you mean, my ad?
Well, you're the one who's the salesman for U.S. Steel, and I think it assumes a great deal.
For instance?
Well, you see there, it says only Steel can do so many jobs so well.
That's what it says, and that happens to be a fact that I can prove.
Well, now, I know that U.S. Steel makes the steel that goes into bridges and army tanks and big dams like it shows right here, and in automobile parts, but I can't see that your steel is doing any job for us right here in this room.
Well, you want to bet? Well, I can name a lot of jobs that steel is doing for us.
Name one. Name just one.
All right. It's holding you up. You're sitting on steel.
No, I'm not. This sofa's covered with fabric, and the frame inside is wood.
And the springs are made of steel.
Of course. Okay. Now, steel isn't doing anything for me now.
Sure it is. You're standing on steel.
I'm what?
There's steel supports in the soles of your shoes. Now, how about this wristwatch of yours? You know, that's made of USS stainless steel.
Gee, I'm sorry I ever brought the subject up. All right, there isn't any steel in this carpet.
Did you ever hear of carpet tax?
This'll stop you. There is no steel in my dress.
It was a snap fastener.
Oh, fiddle.
Well, that's not all.
Never mind.
The cotton was harvested with steel equipment.
All
The
right.
dress was made on steel machines.
All right, you win.
You take back what you said about our ad?
Yes, sir.
And you admit that only steel can do so many jobs so well?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Don't go away. You know, Johnny, there are an awful lot of other things that steel can do for us.
Well, sure, there are thousands of them.
Yeah. Remember those pictures that you promised to hang in the hall for me?
Pictures? Oh, yeah, I remember. Well, I'll get to them one of these days.
You'll get to it right now. Picture wire, picture hook, and a hammer. All made of steel. Remember, dear, just as you said, only steel can do so many jobs so well.
Lucky,
Yes, Major.
I've waited 3 days for you to come to my office.
I don't have to talk to you. There's nothing in the book that says I have to.
No. No, you don't.
Doc.
I can't honestly imagine what you're ashamed of. Anybody who did what you did has a right to a moment of weakness. When a man's put that much money in the bank, he's entitled to draw on it.
Turn in his buddies.
How did they break you, finally? Another dose of solitary?
I told you that.
There are a couple of things you said about being alone.
Yeah, I'm a team man. Me alone in a hole.
You came through solitary all right the first time?
Once, yes. Not again. Not again.
Hey, Fitch.
Hello.
Look, don't you think you're being a little hard on the kid? I mean, I don't like the guy. Dover and I don't get
Once
along.
I was the greatest Lindy hopper in Sioux City. I won cups.
Yeah, but rough stuff ain't gonna get your legs.
You'll get any satisfaction, see? Satisfaction.
Unsell.
Yes, sir.
About these x-rays. Come in here a second.
So the commies got wind of the escape plan. Dragged me in again. I said, go ahead, beat me, torture me. Anything. I begged them as a favor.
And?
Instead, they threw me back in the hole. All of a sudden, I wasn't me anymore.
And so you talked.
Words. Pouring out of me. Slobbering, drooling them. I don't even know what I said. I just told them everything, I guess.
How do you know?
Because the next day, they took me to the hospital and gave me food and clothes and tobacco and rice wine.
Yes.
Bonzel. Ask him to show you the scars down his back, like railroad tracks.
Lucky.
Look, what more do you need? Bonzel stood up and I fell flat on my face.
Just that one.
Well, how many times does a man get?
I'll tell you the way it is. We've been lucky, we Americans. Stuff like that never happened to us. Secret police, labor camps, torture confessions. In Europe and Asia, they've known about it a long time. But between us, Lucky, and that kind of communist degradation, we've had a couple of oceans. Also a Bill of Rights. But in Korea, some of us found out the awful secret that Americans, too, have a breaking point. That Americans, too, can be hammered down. But we also found out that a man can make himself come back and fight again. Like Freddie Benton.
Freddie Benton, that's not me.
Lucky. Did you ever hear of Cardinal Mincendi of Hungary?
Who hasn't?
A prince of the church. Faith like a rock. When the communists came for him, he got out a message. In the end, he said, in the end, they may break me down. In the end, they may make me sign one of their confessions. You think you're better than Cardinal Mincendi? Lucky, in my work, I've met very few absolute heroes. Also very few absolute cowards. The most any of us can do is be the best man that's in. And after that, try to live with himself. Could you see a visitor?
Johnny.
How do I tell her, Doc? How do I tell my girl?
I think I can understand. Something.
I asked you to come here.
Johnny, don't send me away. I don't want to be your judge. I just want to be your moose. Johnny,
To live with it.
just forget it. Forget it.
my idea.
It's all right, I'm just as
The
glad.
gut doctor sent me.
Perforated ulcer of the colon, unfavorable prognosis.
Yeah. I says, look, Cap, if it's my belly, what do you send me the head man for? I says, what for? Where's the connection? They throw some big word at me.
Psychosomatic.
Yeah. Yeah, so I says, look.
Sit down, Bonzel. I've seen your service record, Bonzel. It's marvelous.
All right.
Well, why do you think you have these ulcers?
P.W. chow. Corn going down me like gravel. I had 2 years of that.
Terrible stretch in a P.W. camp. Some men go off their heads.
Not me. All right, why do you think I got them?
Just because you didn't break down, Bonzel, at least...
At least what?
At least not where the eye could see. You had too much pride.
What do you mean, at least where the eye could see? You want to take a look at my back, down my legs? I took every beating they gave me.
I believe that, Bonzel, but you had to give way somewhere, inside if not outside.
Knock it off.
What a pain you've been carrying around in there. For how long? 2 years? These can be read like a book.
Look, I told you it was a chow. I could take everything else they gave me. They never got it.
Bonzel, the only men I've ever met that never broke down, inside or outside, were crazy men. Men with no instinct for survival.
I'm not crazy.
That's just what I mean, Bonzel. These tell the story of a very brave man, but sane.
Now, look.
I'm warning you for your own good, Bonzel, right now. You've got to let it come out. You better talk. It's not going to let you alone. It's talk now or break. Now, what happened in camp number 9?
Now, look.
Yes?
You're my doctor, too.
Yes.
I mean, you're my doctor as much as his.
Just as much.
Now, look, a doctor's like a minister, a priest or something, ain't he? I mean, what he hears, what he knows, that's the same as sacred, ain't it?
I give you my word.
If I ever do talk to you, Doc, remember that. Remember what you said.
This is Marty, Betty Lou, Danny over there, Betty Benton, Betty Lou.
Ray.
You guys feel like some candy?
Yeah,
No,
fine.
can't
Have it. I don't know.
Well, Sergeant.
Walter.
Walter, this is Lucky's girl.
Wedding bells? Walking down the aisle? You came through fine, Sergeant.
Walter, let me explain something to you.
Even though you bought yourself with my legs. Hey, Fish. Better stand out of the way, miss. To me, 1 or 2 doesn't make any difference. I'm going to kill him.
Forget the right guy.
What?
Your target's right here, Corporal.
Oh, they hammered you to the last day.
Yeah, they hammered at me.
Must have been me. They gave me food and clothes.
Sure. I told them to fix it that way.
You told them.
Yeah, you never talked over. I did. It was me, Fitch. The pain inside me here was like a rat chewing me apart day after day. I had to stop it. I had to. I went over to him. I crawled. I talked.
The bug out? You told him?
Yeah. Only I said, cover me up. Make it look good.
You gave away everything, including my legs.
Well, now, wait a minute, Walter.
Sergeant, clear the range.
Wait a minute. Whatever he did, I can tell you why right now, straight.
Lucky.
Listen, I was him for so long, I know.
All I know is my legs. My legs.
All right. What would you give to have him back?
Have them back.
Everything?
Why,
Would you? Everything?
well,
Supposing the Chinese came to you and said, all right, Fitch, here's your legs back again on a silver platter. All we want from you is Dover's life. Or his. Or everybody in the wards. You'd think about it, wouldn't you? For a second, anyway, you'd think about it. You couldn't help it, Walter.
Mike. What a thing for them to have done to you. What an awful thing.
The most any of us can do is to be the best man that's in him. And after that, to try to live with himself. These are the kind of experiences that captured American GIs underwent as the result of their treatment in the communist prison camps. It might have happened to any average group of normal American boys. To boys you know. Remember, it is the nature of the enemy. It is the intention of the enemy to make it happen.
2 weeks from now, the United States Steel Hour will bring you Faye Emerson and Robert Preston, starring in Hope for a Harvest, a story of love and life in California. And next week on the TV Hour, see Outlaw's Reckoning, an exciting, authentic story of early life in the Old West with Eddie Albert and Jane Wyatt in the starring roles. Do so many jobs so well. Your guide to quality steel is this trademark, USS, the best possible steel at the lowest possible price. The proud achievement of United States Steel.
This is ABC Television Network.